Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, sometimes it is okay to meet your idols. Jimmy Kimmel sits down once again with his late night idol, and mine, David Letterman. Then she's magically delicious. Foodie Queen Stephanie Hansen is getting you ready for St. Patrick's Day with some green recipes. And I took a stab at the new Scream. My review of Scream 6, Ghostface Takes New York. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the show. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. And welcome to the Jason Show. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Thursday, and we are raring to go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Please keep that love going. Say hello to my sidekick sister, Kendall Martin.
Hi, Ted.
That's great. How you
Hello.
doing?
I'm great. I don't know who let Ted into the studio.
I know. It's one of those days where Theodore is in charge because executive producer Jeff is doing some woodworking or something, so he took the day off. So Ted is in charge today, everybody. That's right.
Oh, Lord.
Help us, help us, help us. It's going to be a bumpy ride, as they say.
Take out the rosary, people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, my love?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for St. Patrick's Day.
I know it's tomorrow, and it's on a Friday, so let's all do a moment of silence for all the bartenders tomorrow. That's right, that has to put up with all of us at the bar, but yeah, tip generously.
God bless.
Did you guys see that list that came out? So for like 30-some years, Labradors, well, I think they're labs.
The Lab Retriever, yeah.
The Labrador Retriever has been the most popular dog breed in America. I think 31 years, 32 years. Well, yesterday the news came out, not anymore. The French Bulldog is now the most popular breed in America. Yeah. Now, obviously, I'm a little biased. This news made me happy. Just a little biased because, now don't roll it yet, Leo, because if you watch the show, you know I have two dogs. I have a boxer, my boy, my beloved Dexter, and then our French Bulldog, Mr. Big. And I know why these breeds are so popular. They're just a bundle of joy. I call Mr. Big my little sausage. So I thought, and Big, it's funny, when I think of Big, I actually think of the show because Big was born around the same time that the show was born. We were on the air only 3 or 4 months when Big was born, so I thought it would be fun, especially if you're a new viewer. You probably have never seen Mr. Big. I thought it would be fun to do a little Thursday throwback in honor of the French Bulldog being the #1 breed. So this is video about 2 months after Big came home with Dexter. So there he is right there. There's my boys. Oh,
Look at his little rumpus.
Look at them playing. Now, if you look carefully, you'll notice that dog toy is a Star Wars dog toy. Yeah, that's Biggie. Yeah, a couple months after we brought him home, and I got to tell you, they're both older now. My buddy Dex, I don't talk about it a lot because I don't like to cry on television, but they're both getting older, and it's breaking my heart. But even now Dexter's going to be 10 and Biggie's going to be 8 or 9. They still play like that. They still play like that. And all these years later, Dexter has only nipped at Big every so often. Big likes to chomp at his legs.
Even though he's this big.
And Dexter puts him in his place, man. He'll just put him back. But they're my boys, and they are good breeds.
They are.
They are good breeds.
And both of your boys are so good. Every time you come over to the house, someone does. They're like the best little greeters. They're like, "Hi, we're so happy you're here. Want to come into my room? Oh my God!" Ah!
They are good dogs.
They're so cute.
They are, yeah.
They're so cute.
But if you want to get a Frenchie, just like every breed, they have some health they have their thing. They have some health problems that they usually get. And then the thing that you should know is they fart a lot. I mean, that's really the thing. I don't like that word, but that's just the truth. Yeah. They are just a little sausage-making gas machine. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They are just
Farty McFarterton.
And I don't, this is morning television. Oh God, do they stink. They just, I mean, and then really quick, my favorite thing, and I haven't been able to capture it on camera, is if Mr. Big toots a little bit and Dexter makes this face like this. Like Dexter judges him. Like it's the best.
I know you did it.
It's the best thing ever. Anyway, let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it, Leo. Here we go. Late night legend. One of my North Stars, David Letterman, was on with Jimmy Kimmel last night. He gave Jimmy, Jimmy loves Letterman, and he gave Jimmy a few critiques from the Oscars. Look at this.
Now, let's get into it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
First of all, congratulations, because you resurrected this carcass. And the network and the Academy ought to be very grateful. Nice going for you.
I mean, it's undeserved, but I will take that.
No, it's
Thank
not
you.
undeserved, because when I hosted it, and I don't even know how long ago it's been, but it was such a bomb, the Academy thought maybe it had been terrorists.
It's not true.
It's absolutely true.
It is not true.
Yeah. So now, the Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Here was one of my moments that I truly enjoyed. Malala
Yeah.
and the Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
And you have to caution Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear, leave Malala alone.
He was.
And what's and maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I don't think so. Did you guys? I had to get off Twitter. People were aghast. BuzzFeed, who hates everything, but BuzzFeed was like, "Oh my gosh, it was so offensive for Jimmy to ask that of Malala. Malala can have a sense of humor. She can do great things in the world and have a little humor."
Right.
Malala wasn't bothered by that. I mean, people are just, you just can't have fun anymore without, it was fun. Anyway, moving beyond that, Dave is out promoting a new Disney Plus interview with Bono and The Edge, and was part of a sing-along with them at an Irish pub. There's a visual. But there was one problem. Dave doesn't sing. Look.
I was so worried about this because I knew that you go to a pub and everybody is full of Guinness and sing along, because you've got Bono and The Edge and then like a half a dozen really great, talented Irish musicians performing in a way you're not going to hear them perform.
Yeah.
So sing along and a lot of this. And I just, at one point, I found myself with a camera like about here, and I thought, oh, so I just started doing this.
Do you ever sing along? Do you ever sing?
No, it was something. I can remember going to church with my parents, and anybody go to church?
Yeah, sure.
A lot of it is hymns, and I would fake singing, and periodically. A woman my mother's age, not my mother, but a woman my mother's age who should have known better and should have minded her own business would say, "Well, you're not singing at all, young man." And then we would have to cut her tires.
Yeah.
I love that Dave, Jimmy idolized Dave. Dave idolized Carson. And I love that Dave didn't do what Johnny did. When Johnny retired, poof, you never saw him again.
Yeah.
Like, quite literally. Johnny made 2 appearances on Letterman in the early days when he took over. But Carson never did anything else again. He was on his yacht until the day that he died. Seriously. I love that Dave did not follow suit with that. He's having like a 3rd or 4th act with the Netflix show.
Yes.
And this isn't on Netflix, but yeah, I love that he didn't retire really.
No, it's a lot easier now because there's a lot more avenues to be able to do that. Be like, I want to work like 4 hours and that's it. And they'll be like, okay, sure.
Well, you deserve it. Any of these people that do a daily show, I must say, but I'm agreeing with you. Anybody that does a daily grind like that, Dave doesn't need to do anything. He doesn't owe us anything else.
Nope.
You work 4 times a year. That's great. Bono, by the way, if you want to watch this, Bono and The Edge, a sort of homecoming with David Letterman, hits Disney Plus tomorrow, not Netflix. Moving on, next in the dish, there were 2 more reveals on The Masked Singer last night. The squirrel and the antelope. Every time I read this, every darn time I read this script, I can't believe it.
And the laser beam.
The squirrel and the antelope were eliminated. And here's a clip, and we'll reveal on the other side.
Just
Okay. Now, as for guesses, let's have a little fun here. As for guesses, the squirrel, the judges guessed Heather Graham, Katherine Heigl, Kate Hudson. Please, none of those people would ever appear on that show. And for the antelope, they guessed Jenna Ortega, Selena Gomez, or Camila Cabello. Again, none of them would appear on that show. The squirrel was actress Malin Ackerman. Okay. And the other animal was social influencer Lily Pons. Lily Pons.
Lily Pons.
Does anybody?
Lily, I think, yeah, Lily
Is it Lily?
Pons. Lily Pons. I'm pretty
Seriously.
sure. Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Front row, you know, you're young. You don't know any of them? No, okay, yeah, I don't either.
Malin Ackerman's great.
I'm sorry, what? Which one has a Pinterest?
The Lily Pons.
Lily Pons. The name does sound familiar, but a Pinterest, what does she do on Pinterest?
Post things.
Okay.
Literally worthless.
Great leadership from Ted, everyone. Ted, what does she do on Pinterest? Post things.
Oh, okay,
Thanks, Theodore. I'm so glad you're in the studio today. Yeah. Anyway, we have more to come, but first, more audience pictures from this week. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us, everybody. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Jimmy Kimmel loves a prank now and then, especially when it comes to his Aunt Chippy. Oh, I love when he messes with Aunt Chippy. Here's the deal. He convinced her to shoot a commercial about quitting smoking, even though Aunt Chippy hasn't quit smoking. That's our late night rewind. Look at this.
So we're doing an integration, okay? It's for gum that helps you quit smoking. They think you quit.
Okay. How long has it been since I quit?
What do you think?
3 years?
3 years? Okay. This is our client, Carrie. Say Aunt Chippy.
Hi, Carrie.
Just so I can tell people, how long have you been not smoking?
Oh, about 3 years. Three
That's
years or so.
amazing. That's amazing.
You want me to read every single line of this?
Okay.
You're already changing the script and we haven't even started?
I know,
Let's
yeah.
just try it as it's written,
I love
okay?
pla-
Hey, Brian, can you zoom in on Chippy real quick? Yeah, you said you've been up since 3 in the morning, right?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
been.
Can we get makeup? A little under the eyes. And action!
My grandkids hated my smoking. They used to say things like,
Grandma, your teeth are all yellow. Grandma, cigarettes make you look bad.
until I discovered cigarette gum.
Cigarette gum.
When I was young, smoking was cool. Everybody did it. Charlie Chaplin, Fatty Arbuckle, Babe Ruth, Ben Franklin.
Well, okay, so what are some other really old people?
I don't think you're gonna get older than Ben Franklin, for crying out loud. You give me a...
Oh, Aunt Chippy. I love her.
Carly Chaplin.
Folks, our hot dish now continues with our insider to the stars. Please welcome from California, from the Hollywood Raw podcast, your friend and mine, Dax Holt. Dramatic pause, Dax.
I liked it. Good morning. How is everyone?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Someone just sent me a great little video of you talking about the Dusty Beaver, which had me laughing this morning.
Dax, that's the Dusty Eagle restaurant and bar.
Not anymore. It's not.
That's been traveling around lately. That's getting some. I know. I did it a couple weeks ago, and I go to this place a lot in the summer. It's the Dusty Eagle in Dalbo, not the Dusty Beaver. That's a different bar. Yeah. That's a bar in Scranton. Anyway, they have good appetizers. Okay, anyway, you guys recap the Vanity Fair Oscars party. Talk to me.
Yeah, we had a good time on the podcast this week. We talked all about the Vanity Fair after party. Obviously, that is the biggest party basically of the year. Everyone talks about it because if you didn't get an invite to the Oscars, you try to get into the Vanity Fair party because that's where all the A-listers are walking around, hanging out. A lot of people, after they get their award, head straight there. And it was a little different this year. And so we got some exclusive details that we broke on the podcast about, we talked to some of our celeb friends that were there that night, and they said this year was strange because there were a lot of people coming up and taking selfies with us. And we're like, what do you mean? They're like, it's never been like this before. Normally it's just a room full of everyone's famous and everyone's in the industry, and for some reason it shifted to the fact that, now you go in and kind of anyone can get in if they have money. And that was the difference. And it seems like they are now selling tickets to get into the Vanity Fair party. So we talked to one person who is like an exclusive ticket dealer. And that guy said, oh, yeah, now I had a couple pay $40,000 to get into the Vanity Fair after party. And that's why they're getting a lot of selfies in there now.
You know what I'm going to say, and you know what's going to happen. The stars are not going to like this, and the Vanity Fair's party it's going to lose its luster. I mean, you and I are mortals, but I shouldn't be there. I mean, it's their night. Let them have their fancy schmancy party.
And that's exactly what we were hearing from the people that we talked to that were actually there, was they were getting turned off by how many people were coming up and wanting to take selfies. Not that they don't like that. People are fine with taking selfies with fans. It was the fact that it was that party that it was happening to where they've been a gazillion times in the past, and it's the party that you rub shoulders with the other celebs and you take advantage of, like, hey, let's network together. What can we do? That's the night for that. And it wasn't happening because you're just constantly being bombarded for photos.
Yeah, and it's also just a time for them to unwind. No one's feeling sorry for them, but I'm just saying, let them unwind. They just sat through a 14-hour show. Let them go have some crab wontons in peace.
Exactly. And then we got into, after we talked about that, we're like, you know what? We've been to some pretty amazing parties, both Ab and I, throughout our years of working in this industry. And so we just started talking about all the random fun parties that we've been to. One of the most memorable ones for me was this VH1 Rock Honors in Vegas. And it wasn't so much that it was a party, it was an award show, but the green room was really fun. Back there, I ran into Robin Williams, I ran into Cameron Diaz and Billy Bob Thornton, and all these people were just drinking, having a good time, hanging out backstage. This was actually the event where Chris Angel and Cameron Diaz were first photographed because they were dating at the time. And it was back in this green room. It was so much fun. I remember Jada Pinkett Smith was there. It was a really good time. Anyway, we got into so many fun parties and events that we had been to as well in this episode.
I can't wait, because I was actually going to ask you which one what's your favorite, but now I'm just going to listen to your episode. I'll listen to you on the way home. Thanks, buddy. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Dax Holt, everybody. Subscribe to the Hollywood Brawl podcast. You can get it wherever you get your podcast.
Weird.
What's the fanciest shindig you've ever been to?
You remember when I went to the grotto at the Playboy Mansion for the Grammys after party? I was covering it. I was not invited to be a Playboy bunny, to be clear. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, you went to the I always forget you went to the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah, I did as we were talking about the other day, red carpet interviews. Oh,
yeah.
Horrible.
No, especially not at the Playboy Mansion.
I had to bring them all back to questions about drones too. So let me tell you, that was interesting.
Oh.
How about you?
There's a few. I went to the opening of Night at the Museum 2 at the Smithsonian.
Oh, fun.
And Robin Williams was there, and Ben Stiller. That was fun. And I've never, I've never told this aspect of the story before. Jeff would, if he was here, he'd laugh, because maybe this isn't one he's heard, but I've told basically every story that I have. But I was there with other entertainment journalists, and we got on the bus, and again, we were there in DC for Night at the Museum 2. And sometimes movie studios, they piggyback off each other. When they send journalists to one location, another studio will say, well, wait a minute, while they're there, I'm going to do a junket for my movie there so we can split the cost of travel. Anyway, so all the journalists in my bus, I was coming back to Minneapolis, but all the journalists in my bus, all the entertainment journalists, were heading to Vegas. And I was like, oh, where are you guys going? And they said, none of them. They were all just miserable about it. We're going to Vegas. We're only doing this because the studio, you know, and we're doing them a favor. We're going to go see this dumb movie called The Hangover. Nobody, I'll never forget, nobody had faith in it.
Yeah.
Nobody, there were 5, 6 journalists on this bus. Nobody had faith in it. And I remember after the opening, I was like, oh, I bet they're real excited they got those interviews now. Yeah. Next in the disc, Jenna Ortega has seen her star rise dramatically this year. Thanks, you know, she was Wednesday Addams. But in a new interview with the Times UK, she said that she resisted doing Wednesday because all she wanted to do was movies. She said she turned down the role multiple times because she thought that might prevent her from the jobs that she actually wanted. Luckily, Tim Burton convinced her to do that part. By the way, Wednesday's been renewed for season 2. I don't want to pile on. That young lady's had a few bad headlines the last few days. Some writer on her show busted on her. I will say, though, it does rub me the wrong way because, look, you were in Scream 5. You know what I mean? And you only wanted to do movies. It's a little antiquated because TV is where it's at now. Think of all of the movie stars that are now going to television. The Oscar winners, Meryl Streep, for heaven's sake. And she doesn't think she's too good for TV. If Meryl Streep doesn't think she's too good for TV, I think you're fine, young lady. I think you're fine. You know what I mean? And I love her. And I'm a huge fan. I think she is one of the she's going to be a huge star. And also, you're working with Tim Burton.
And Captain
You are
Sarah
working
Jones.
with Tim Burton,
Yeah,
you know?
right. Tim Burton had to convince you too?
Yeah.
Like,
but I also take this all with a grain of salt because maybe they misquoted her because, you know, people are just calling her immediately toxic and ungrateful. I'm not willing to, I don't want to pile on, but TV is where it's at. Just be grateful for the opportunities that you have. And it was a big opportunity for her, and she deserves it. Next in the dish, good news for fans of the show Monk and its lead actor. The show that ran for 8 seasons and won several Emmys, Golden Globes, and SAGs, it's going to be a movie. NBC Universal, that owns it, said that Tony Shalhoub's going to come back for Monk's last case. The audience, anybody watch Monk? Okay. Oh. Okay, who the hell screamed? Who screamed for Monk? You like Monk? No, I'm not making fun of you. I love it. I was hoping for a Monk fan in the audience. The show's director and and many cast members will also return. Woo! There's the movie. She's right now. She's like, why the hell didn't I go to Twin Cities Live? Why didn't I? Yeah, I know. No, I'm happy you're excited. Are you kidding me? If Dallas was coming back, I'd be screaming too. Okay, but the movie's going to go straight to Peacock. It's not going to be in theaters. The Monk finale, listen to this. She's one of millions. The Monk finale drew 9 million viewers to the USA Network. And at the time, that was a record for a scripted program on cable. Did you ever watch it?
no, it was before my time, I think. I mean, it aired when I was. No. It aired when I was around.
Yeah, you were a youngin'.
Yeah, I wasn't really old enough to understand the humor or being. I was watching Laguna Beach, people.
I get it. Yeah, you were young. No, I get it. My buddy Alexis, my buddy Alexis on the radio show loves this show. Loves it and it's good. It got again. I listed off all the awards.
Woo!
Yeah, there we go. That's my girl. Aaron, let's get her a woo mug. Can we get her a mug? Yeah, let's get her a mug. It's time to meet today's JVIP. Today it's Sandy Shermack. Hi, Sandy, from Shakopee, Minnesota. She writes to us. She loves how natural and real we all are and the fact that I can go off the cuff. Yeah, like right now. Sandy gets a Jason Show mug. She's also entered to win the monthly grand prize. That includes being a VIP guest in our studio, a $150 gift card to Becker Furniture World, and thanks to our newest sponsor, a $150 gift card to the Institute of Advanced Aesthetics. That's right. It's very dramatic. We have so much more ahead. Go get some more Tang. We'll be back right after these words. Coming up, looking for some magically delicious ways to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Foodie leprechaun Stephanie Hansen is here with some lucky recipes. And what happens when Ghostface moves to NYC? My review of Scream 6. That and more when The Jason Show continues. Look who's here. She's already pouring the liquor. Welcome back. Get ready to hear a lot of Irish accents on the news tomorrow morning, and then that'll appear on John Oliver. Okay, again, you're walking right into the shot. We're not even, every time, can I introduce you first?
I was gonna do my Irish leprechaun, but we're magically delicious. Hi, my name is Stephanie Hansen.
To all of our Irish viewers, I'm very sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. May I?
You may.
Okay. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and there is a lot of deliciousness that comes with that. Here with some of her favorite recipes for St. Patrick's Day, our foodie queen. She is magically delicious, Stephanie Hansen.
Can you do an Irish leprechaun?
No, and I'm not going to try.
On,
no, because I don't want to end up on last week.
They're magically delicious.
No, okay, no.
Something completely ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Well, I make a lot of the Irish things, right? So I've got a corned beef recipe. I've got the Irish cheddar mac and cheese. But today,
Do you have any Irish in you?
Like a smidge.
A smidge?
I'm kind of a mutt. I have like Danish, Norwegian, Scandinavian, all the things.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's possible. Also my family always was convinced that I wasn't part of the actual family.
Okay.
They always told me I was the mailman's kid, and I kind of believed them for a very long time.
Okay. Ted would like us to get off of your lineage and get back to the, okay.
All right, so I'm gonna make you a black and tan, which is a traditional beverage. So you're going to use your Harp Lager, which is an Irish lager, and you're going to use your Guinness Stout, and you're going to take your spoon, and you're going to pour this slowly.
Oh.
Get it on over the back of the spoon. Oh boy, this is really smooth. Yeah, I'm smooth criminal over here.
It's fine. You know what? It all goes down the stomach the same way.
The hatch.
Yeah,
yes.
There we go.
Okay, now I think it's working. Just pretend it's working.
You think it's working?
Okay.
You're gonna try this again?
Yeah, because this is a different drink. This is apple cider with Guinness.
Okay.
So this is a black and gold.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is apple cider and Guinness.
Correct. So this one might be working a little bit better.
Yeah. You don't have to fill the whole thing. Maybe
Honestly, I really was a bartender too. How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who I wish my Brits were here? They could, they make these every day at the Epcot Center. Okay.
Okay, here's the highlight of the day though. Whether you decide to do this mess or not. I have made delicious.
Should I drink the damn thing? Or what do you want me to do? Okay.
It tastes amazing. There's
It does.
just technique in how you put it together.
It's fine.
Okay, first of all, a hat. I know.
This is going great.
It's a little random.
No, it's fine.
If you are making something and you want to put parchment paper in there, and it's like flopping all over because it's hard to get the parchment paper to stick down, you crumple it up and you wet it. You shake it out.
Is that a Stephanie Hansen hack?
Yes, it is.
A Hansen hack, everybody. That's right.
Okay, these are brownies, and they are 100% gluten-free. Now, you're wondering, how is this possible?
Thank you for doing that. I want to get a good shot of that for Eric there.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to cut them up, because, honestly, these things are ambrosia. You use Irish whiskey, you use eggs, you use chocolate chips, you use powdered sugar.
Really?
Yeah, and they look at, here, I'm going to give you a clean plate. Not
your messy. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah.
I've got a plate for Kendall, too.
Okay. Yeah, she's so sad. Come on, Kendall, get in here. Yeah,
these are fudgy.
Here you go.
They've got whiskey in them, a quarter cup. So.
Okay. You can stay. Okay. Should I eat this now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
A quarter cup of whiskey. There's no flour at all. So if you've got a gluten-free person in your life, they're super fudgy and super delicious.
Oh.
And even though my drink,
Oh.
It's an O-fest.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, that is fudgy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like flourless cake.
It is,
almost.
Yes.
It's very...
All of the O's are always good, right?
Yeah, they are.
You can't have enough O's
when
you're dealing with cooking things.
That's good.
Yeah, so you use the eggs, you use the 1/4 cup of whiskey, you use a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and then you use cocoa powder, and then chocolate chips. And you mix all that, put it in your pan with your handy dandy parchment paper.
With the Hanson hack.
Yeah, and honestly, these are so great if you need a gluten-free dessert for someone. Because, people have a hard time thinking of dessert and what's flourless, and this is a great one. And it is kind of like a flourless chocolate cake, but it's in brownie form, and it's full of whiskey.
We don't have any...
Because they're magically delicious.
On your website, if people want, before we go, on your website, if people want other like corned beef hash recipes, you have them all on your website,
I
right?
do, yep, stephaniesdish.com. Even if you don't make corned beef this year, after the corned beef holiday ends, they're all on sale. And so you load up on those $8 corned beef roasts and you freeze them.
That's right.
And you cook them in the summer when you have like 40 people coming to your house and you just cook them all on the grill. It's a huge time saver because you can get this huge roast for $8 after the holiday.
Now, we have more with Stephanie a little bit later when we had a group of Girl Scouts in here and they gave us 400 cookies. Seriously. So we're going to try, including the flavor no one can get. We're going to taste test the newest flavor, and we're going to put it to the test with Hanson here. That's a little bit later. But next, I took a stab at the new Scream. How is it? I'll tell you when we come back. Back in a moment. That's really good. Welcome back. Hello. Last night, I got the chance to finally, I missed the little screening, so I got the chance to watch the latest Scream movie, and before I give you my thoughts, here's some of the trailer from Scream 6.
It's for you.
Strange that you and I have never spoken on the phone. This is long overdue.
What is this place?
A shrine.
Did you miss me?
He's gonna keep coming after us. Maybe he gets to win this time. We've got to lure him in. And we execute him.
Now, you saw some of the reviews there, and I have to say I agree with some of the words that were flashing across your screen. To tell you where I'm coming from on this, I love this franchise. I love Scream. I like horror movies. This is one of my favorites. It was really one of the first to mix the genres of comedy and horror together, put them in a blender, and produce a lot of fun. So I like the franchise. So that's where I'm coming at this. I went to this last night by myself, which probably was not the greatest idea I've ever had. But and the reason is this is by far, short of the original, the scariest Scream yet. This one, I keep using the word vicious. This incarnation, especially, oh God, this scene here. This incarnation of Ghostface is brutal. Way more brutal, way more intense than previous Ghost faces. Another positive, this cast. You know, we were introduced to them in Scream 5. I don't want to say anything more if you haven't caught up. Because you'll see. But the main four, they have a connection. You'll see if you watch Scream 5, and you should watch the other Screams before seeing this. Probably a question that you have. The scares are bigger. The set pieces are more intense. The kills are more... Oof. Yeah. Now, so there's a whole bunch of positives. I have two negatives. The first is... and I'm not a prude, and I love horror movies, but there were a couple scenes there are a couple shots, I should say, where the gore was a little bit like an 80s slasher movie, and we didn't need to go there. Scream was never about gore, and this one kind of, at times, I was like, okay, we didn't need that. You could have made your point. The other negative is, unfortunately, the ending. And the ending only because of bad writing at the end and horrible acting, like over dramatics to the point where you kind of roll your eyes. If I tell you the actor or actress that is the biggest culprit, it'll give something away. But when you see it, you'll know who I'm talking about, which is a shame because up until that point, it was terrifying. I was scared. I was really scared. And then it got to the ending, and it was so overly dramatic that it kind of made you go like this and wiped away a little bit of the fear. Having said all of that, this is a solid B. I do letter grades when I used to review movies for a living. I do letter grades. Scream is a B, and that's good. This is short of Scream 1 and 2. This is right behind it. This is a really good entry. I can see it moving further, and they do perfectly describe why Neve Campbell isn't in this movie. It's actually pretty brilliant. They handle it in about 2 lines, and it makes perfect sense. But to the makers of the movie, pay her some money. Pay her what she deserves. Get her back. Pay her whatever she wants. Yeah, ridiculous.
Worth seeing in the theaters, for sure.
Worth seeing in the theater because it's more fun. I kept looking around going, Ghostface, is he here? But yeah, go see this in a movie theater. We're going to take a break. Girl Scout cookie eating contest, basically, when we return. Back in a moment. Taste test, I should say.
Let's see.
Okay, back in the kitchen. We're back with Stephanie Hansen, and we're doing a Girl Scout cookie taste test. Now, this came about, as all good ideas do, just off the spur of the moment. Yesterday, as I was doing my audience Q&A, there was a whole group of women from the Girl Scouts of River Valleys, and they were kind enough to give us, the staff, a whole bunch of Girl Scout cookies, including the new flavor that you can't find anywhere, like literally. And the flavor are these, the Raspberry Rally. Now, right there, hold it right there. So Eric, there we go, the Raspberry Rally. Now, so Stephanie's gonna do a little, because you are the foodie queen. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
So they look like in the middle there. Okay, so here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
Kendall, please take one.
Oh, I want a whole one.
She wants a whole one.
All right. We're not doing halvesies, we're doing wholesies.
Is the audience having their own show? I mean, what's happening over there? Anytime, Phil's never allowed here.
No.
Every time Phil's here, it's chaos. Shame.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, I had a bite.
Here we go.
It's really good. I really like it.
Are we like on a scale of 1 to 5? 5 being great? Okay.
Well, what's your score?
It's like... Wait. A 2? You don't like them?
No.
Why?
No. I like the idea. I like a thin mint next to it. That is kind of what it's modeled after.
Very similar.
I just don't really love that not so awesome raspberry taste.
What?
And I gotta tell you, I'm with Stephanie 100%.
Are y'all serious?
Shame. Go ahead, shame me, Phil. I know, yeah.
This is like a chocolate-covered raspberry.
No, you know what it is? It's the artificial
it's
raspberry
like a
flavoring.
chocolate-covered raspberry soda.
So if you can't get them, it's just anyway. Okay.
But the thin mint, a 5.
Well, yeah. I mean, thin mints are great.
And frozen, a 10. I mean, you put them in the freezer.
Wait.
You have one every time you walk by that freezer all day till they're gone.
What is it? I've heard this. I've never done this. What is it about the frozen? Okay, can you wait until we do one at a time?
Hungry.
What is it about the frozen Thin Mint? I've never done that. It's really, is it good?
It takes long.
Okay. I trust them. The audience says yes.
You don't need as many, number one, because it takes a little longer to experience it. It's just cooling.
Okay.
It's sort of naughty
really
to just
refreshing.
grab it as you're running by the freezer.
Okay.
It's real good.
What's this? The other new one, the adventure one. Now this is by Kendall. What's this one called, Kendall?
Adventurefuls.
And these, I think, came out last year, but a lot of people
Brownie.
still haven't had them.
Okay.
Brownie
May,
and caramel.
now
a
let's try
caramel
this. May I have one, Steph?
enrobed in chocolate with
Okay.
a chocolate ganache enrobed.
It's like an Oreo.
Okay. Kendall, ladies first.
It's kind of like an Oreo, and I don't love Oreos. So this is like a 2 for me.
Okay, number 2.
Yeah.
I'm still working on that last statement.
Yeah.
This looks like it's going to deliver on the caramel, on the salty,
Yeah.
on the chocolatey. It's just flat on all levels. It's a 2. I know, and I'm sorry, Girl Scouts. I was a Girl Scout. My mom bought all my cookies.
I need to refresh.
She didn't want me going door to door. And I still got my badge. No, it's a 2. It's like meh.
Again, I'm with Hanson. I do not like these. These are a 2. Now look. So those are the negatives. Now the positives.
Peanut butter sandwich cookie.
That's right. And I will tell you,
A 5.
these are new-ish. I don't know how old. Is there a
What?
Girl
The
Scout?
Tagalongs? They've been here for like a million years. They're my favorite.
Like 5-ish
No,
years.
I used to get those in like middle school, I swear.
You're younger than we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was not 5 years ago.
Okay, anyway. Why do I feel like I've lost control of the show? I really feel like it. I've lost.
You're trying so hard to
I'm really
control it.
trying.
Let's
I know.
just go.
Anyway, the peanut butter patties. These are a 5 to me. These are a 5. And then, hand me these. And then take 7, Leo. The caramel delights are a national treasure.
So good.
A national treasure.
I agree.
These are so.
So good.
Oh, the coconut. These people have tried to duplicate these. No, leave them alone. Don't even try to duplicate the Girl Scouts. These are the best.
Don't you feel like this would be good if it was like this with soft caramel in this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Like,
I see what you
that's
mean.
what I'm thinking of for next year, people.
You mean soft caramel in the peanut
Soft
butter
caramel,
patties?
No peanut butter, but real soft caramel with
Instead
the
of
cookie
peanut butter.
instead of this little hard situation.
Sure.
And these, this is like a summer.
That's a
these.
10.
These.
Forget the 1 to 5.
You get that Malibu smelling coconut coming up to your mouth. I guess Malibu
Like
is
alcohol?
a drink.
Like the alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay.
With children?
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Kendall. All of her picks, by the way, again. Stephanie'sDish.com. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for being here, everyone. Well, if you want to show your love for our show, check out some official show merch. There we go, the Jason Show swag shop. We have mugs and water bottles. By the way, that water bottle, you put water in there, it'll stay cool for like 15 years. I'm not kidding. I have one. I love that thing. Anyway, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and more. That pink sweatshirt is almost sold out, so make sure you get that. People love that one. Scan the QR code right now. It'll take you right to the store, or we put a link on the Jason Show socials. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Don't forget to get tickets to our show. Go to eventbrite.com, the Eventbrite app, and search for The Jason Show. Welcome back. It is time for the surprise goodbye. You know how this works. We don't know what's in this segment until right now. A message from a young Jason Show viewer, perfect for the end of the show. Look.
Wave.
That is Lily. That's Lily. That's her Minnesota goodbye to her parents. And her mom, Nicole, thought it would be perfect for our surprise goodbye. That's right. Nicole, bye. 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 That is the Minnesota goodbye, though. It never ends.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Tomorrow on the show, we're introducing you to a new show, and the host will be live in studio. Jeff Dye will be here to talk about Who the Bleep Is That? Throw the name. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Come on, Kendall. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kendall. Bye-bye.